All right, guys, drop your names in the chat. Everybody, let's go. Okay, we've got Brianna in the. Thank you so much, Brianna. Here you go, Brianna. All right, here you go, Brianna. Everybody, drop your names in the chat. Let's go, everyone. Drop your name in the chat. Let's go, everyone. Let's do this. All right. All right, let's go, everybody. Drop your names in the chat, guys. Drop your name in the chat. Let's go. Who is next? Hey, Elizabeth, how are you? You're the first one. Elizabeth. Here you go. All right. All right, let's go, everybody. Guess it's gonna take a little while for people to join in. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Let's go. Drop your names in the chat, everybody. Drop your names in the chat. Let's go, guys. All right, then we have is Leona in the chat. Here you go, Leona. Welcome in. Welcome, Leona. Then we've got Lucas in the chat. Welcome in, Lucas. Here you go, Lucas. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then after Lucas, my next subscriber is, everybody drop your name in the chat. Let's go, everyone. Drop your name in the chat. Cyril, here you go, Cyril. Thank you so much for subscribing, Cyril. All right, then my next subscriber name is Carla. All right, welcome in, Carla. Here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing, Carla. Here you are. My next subscriber is Salman. Here you go, Salman. Thank you so much for subscribing. And then after that, my next subscriber is Anne. Anne in the chat. Thank you so much, Anne, for subscribing. After that, my next subscriber in the chat is Torion. All right, K Torion, here you go. All right, thank you so much for subscribing to Torion. Then my next subscriber is Madia. Here you go, Madia. Thank you so much for subscribing, Madia. Here you are. Thank you. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Katie. All right, Katie. Welcome in, Katie. Thank you so much for subscribing to me. Then my next subscriber is it's Jameson. Here you go, Jameson. All right, then my next subscriber in the chat is Connor. All right, Connor, welcome in, Connor. How are you? Then my next subscriber in the chat is Jose. Is it Jose or Jose? All right, Jose. Everybody give it up for Amelia. Amelia in the chat. Thank you so much, Amelia, for liking and subscribing. Shout out to you, Amelia. Then my next subscriber is, it's Diva. Here you go, Diva. Thank you so much for subscribing to me, Diva. Then my next subscriber is Lane. Here you go, Lane. Thank you so much for subscribing to me, Lane. Then my next subscriber is Kendall. All right, Kendall. Thank you so much for subscribing, Kendall. Here you go. Thank you so much. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Tyler. Here you go, Tyler. Thank you so much for subscribing, Tyler. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Joe Merrill. Here you go, Joe Merrill. Thank you so much for subscribing, man. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Karina. Here you go, Karina. Thank you so much for subscribing, Karina. Here you go. Then my next subscriber in the chat is, hold on, guys, just give me a second. My next subscriber in the chat is Harris. All right, everybody give it up for Harris. Here you go, Harris. Thank you so much for subscribing to me, Harris. Here you go, man. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking. Then after Harris, we're gonna do is my next subscriber is Machio. Everybody give it up for Machio. Thank you so much, Machio, for subscribing. Here you are. Then my next subscriber in the chat is, you're welcome. All right, then we've got is Sadie. Happy birthday, Sadie. How are you? Here you go, Sadie. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Lillian. Thank you so much, Lillian, for subscribing. Here you go, Lillian. My next subscriber in the chat is Yassine. All right, Yassine, here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing, Yassine. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Savannah. Here you go, Savannah. Here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing, Savannah. Here you are. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Daniela. Here you go, Daniela. Thank you so much, Daniela, for subscribing. Here you go. Then my next subscriber is Juliana. Here you go, Juliana. Thank you so much for subscribing, Juliana. Here you go. My next subscriber after that is Zoltan. Here you go, Zoltan. Thank you so much for subscribing, Zoltan. My next subscriber after Zoltan is Jackson. Here you go, Jackson. Welcome back, man. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Dylan. All right, Dylan. Welcome back, Dylan. All right. Then after Dylan, we've got is Lily in the chat. Thank you so much, Lily, for subscribing. Here you go. Then my next subscriber after Lily is Journey. Here you go, Journey. Thank you so much for subscribing, Journey. Then after Journey, my next subscriber is Dulce. Here you go, Dulce. Thank you so much for subscribing, Dulce. Here you go. Then my next subscriber is all right. Then my next subscriber is Cruz. Here you go, Cruz. Thank you so much for being my subscriber. Then my next subscriber is Victoria. Here you go, Victoria. Here you are. Thank you so much, Victoria, for subscribing. My next subscriber is Campo. Welcome, Campo. How are you, Campo? All right. My next subscriber after Campo is Sally. All right, Sally, how are you doing? Where are you watching from, Sally? Thank you so much for subscribing. Then my next subscriber is Mina Hill. Welcome back, Mina Hill. How are you? Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. Then my next subscriber is Mariah. Here you go, Mariah. Thank you so much for subscribing. My next subscriber after Mariah is Ethan in the chat. All right, Ethan. Thank you so much for subscribing, man. Then my next subscriber after Ethan is going to be Kenan. Here you go, Kenan. Thank you so much for subscribing, Kenan. My next subscriber after Kenan is Everlay. Here you go, Everlay. Thank you so much for subscribing, Everlay. Then my next subscriber name is Jack. Here you go, Jack. Thank you so much, Jack, for subscribing. Then we've got is Splash in the chat. Okay, Splash, is that a name? All right, Splash, thank you so much for subscribing. Then we've got is Chloe in the chat. Here you go, Chloe. Whoops, Chloe, sorry, I got your name a little wrong. Here you go, Chloe. Then we've got after Chloe, my next subscriber name is Don't Cry Samuel. Here you go, Samuel. All right, here you go. Thank you so much, Samuel, for subscribing. Then my next subscriber is Johanna. Johanna, all right, Johanna, where are you watching from? How are you doing? Tell me where you're watching from, Johanna. Then my next subscriber is Darcy. Darcy in the chat. All right, where are you watching from, Darcy? Which country? Thank you so much for subscribing. Then we got is Bonnet. All right, Bonnet. Thank you so much, Bonnet, for subscribing. Then after that, we've got is Sky in the chat. Sky, where are you from, Sky? Which country are you watching from? Everyone, tell me where are you watching from. Then we have is Millie in the chat. Millie, welcome in. Thank you so much for subscribing, Millie. Then my next subscriber is Grace. Grace in the chat. Where are you watching from, Grace? Which country are you watching from? I want to know where my people are watching from. Okay, so we have Rimsha watching from Canada. Awesome, Rimsha. Here you go. All right, Canadian. Awesome. Then we've got is Lyra. Where are you watching from, Lyra? Here you go. All right. Then we've got is Julia from Canada also. All right, Julia. Awesome. Then we've got is Brisna is from Mexico. Brisna. All right. Shout out to Brisna. Okay. Then we've got is Ben. Ben. All right. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then my next subscriber is okay, you're from Sky is from Las Vegas. All right, awesome, Las Vegas. All right, cool. Then we've got is Kyla in the chat. Thank you so much for subscribing, Kyla. Then my next subscriber is Flar is from UK. Did I pronounce your name right, Flar? You are from the UK, which is amazing. Then we got is Justin in the chat. All right, Justin, where are you watching from, Justin? Tell me which country you are from. Then we've got is Bailey in the chat. Here you go, Bailey. Thank you so much for subscribing. Where are you watching from? Which part of the world are you watching from? Then we got is Levi in the chat. Thank you so much for subscribing, Levi. My next subscriber is Chris. Thank you so much, Chris, for subscribing. Where are you watching from, Chris? Then we've got is Kylie in the chat. All right, Kylie, thank you so much for subscribing. Then my next subscriber is Celie is from America. Cool, Celie. All right. You're from the United States. That's cool. All right, then we have is Tayana. Here you go, Tayana. All right, thank you so much for subscribing, Tayana. Then we've got is Adeline. Which part of the world are you watching from, Adeline? I want to know my subscribers. Where are they watching from? Every one of you is quite interesting. Then we got is Nemo in the chat. Thank you so much for subscribing, Nemo. Then we've got is Michaela. Michaela in the chat. Michaela. Here you go, Michaela. Thank you so much for subscribing. Where are you watching from, Michaela? Then we've got is Japan. All right, here you go, Japan. Is that a name? Then we've got is Riker in the chat. Here you go, Riker. Thank you so much for subscribing to me. Then we've got is Ali in the chat. Thank you so much, Ali, for subscribing. Then we've got is Anthony, California. All right, Anthony is from California. Cool. That is awesome. Here you go, Anthony. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then my next subscriber is Bianca is from Mexico. Here you go, Bianca. Thank you so much for subscribing to me. Then we got is Nandita. Here you go, Nandita. Here you go. All right. After that, we've got is Tom in the chat. Here you go, Tom. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then we've got is Kokoro. Here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing, Kokoro. Then my next subscriber is Dory. Thank you so much, Dory, for subscribing. Then my next subscriber is Azela. Where are you watching from, Azela? Here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing, Azela. Then my next subscriber is Farhan. Here you go, Farhan. Thank you so much for subscribing. Where are you watching from, Farhan? Where are you watching from? Then we have is Neil in the chat who have subscribed. Thank you so much, Neil. Then we've got is Beja. Thank you so much for subscribing, Beja. Okay, after Beja, we've got is Jamal in the chat. All right, everybody give it up for Jamal. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing, Jamal. Then my next subscriber in the chat is, hold on, let me see. Dorian is in the chat. Thank you so much, Dorian, for subscribing and liking. Thank you. Everybody give it up for Dorian. Then my next subscriber is Rylan is from Canada. All right, Rylan. All right. A lot of Canadians here. Then we have is, all right, then we've got is Serenity in the chat. Thank you so much, Serenity, for subscribing to me. Thank you, Serenity. Then my next subscriber is, all right. Thank you so much, Billy, for liking and subscribing. Everybody give it up for Billy. Shout out to Billy. Then my next subscriber in the chat is It is Kesley. Where are you watching from, Kesley? Which country? Then we've got is my next subscriber is Sophia. Here you go, Sophia. Thank you so much for subscribing. Guys, write your country name next to your name. Then we've got is Ariana in the chat. All right, Ariana, thank you so much for subscribing. Then my next subscriber is, then we've got is Lully. All right, Lully is from US. All right, cool. Then my next subscriber is, it is Noah. All right, Noah, welcome in. Thank you so much for subscribing. My next subscriber is Evelyn, who is from United States. Evelyn. All right, cool. Welcome, Evelyn. Then my next subscriber is Alice. Alice, thank you so much for subscribing to me, Alice. Then we've got is, all right, then we've got is Haley in the chat. Haley, all right. Shout out to Haley. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking, Haley. Then my next subscriber is, all right, someone is from Kuwait. Aliyah, you are from Kuwait. Awesome. Everybody give it up for Aliyah. She is from Kuwait. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing, Aliyah. Then we've got is Lincoln in the chat. Welcome in, Lincoln. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then we've got is, all right, everybody, drop your names and write the country which you are from next to your name. All right, Aubrey, thank you so much for subscribing. Then we've got is, all right, we've got is Soren, who is from Canada. All right, mate. Sorry, I know that's not Canadian, but let's do Skylar next. All right, Skylar, here you go, Skylar. My next subscriber in the chat is, Skylar is from Shiner. All right. Cheater. Okay, then we have is Corey again from Canada. So many Canadians here. Where are you guys coming from? All right, then we've got someone is from New Zealand. All right, Daniel is from New Zealand. All right, Daniel, welcome in. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then we've got Eagle from Philippines. All right, finally someone who is not from Canada or US. Then we've got is, who else is from okay, Elias, you are from Germany. Cool. Okay, man. Elias is from Germany, guys. Then my next subscriber is Brianna is from El Salvador. Brianna, here you go, Brianna. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then my next subscriber is, all right, I don't know that flag. Sorry, Darren. Then we've got is Darren. Okay, let's write Darren. Thank you. Darren, tell me your country's name. Then we got is Sophie is from UK. All right, everybody give it up for Sophie. She is from the United Kingdom. All right, cool. Everybody write your country names next to your name. All right. Then we got Rose in the chat. Okay, thank you so much, Rose, for subscribing. Then we've got Melody from Jamaica. Melody, here you go. Shout out to Jamaica and Melody. All right. Then we've got Cisse. Is that how you pronounce it? I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong. Cisse is from Italy. All right, my Italian people. All right, then we've got is Dirks. Here you go, Dirks. Thank you so much for watching, Dirks. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then there is a German in the chat. Bree, you are from Germany, which is awesome. I love German people. I love their technology. All right, then we've got is Ari from Canada. All right, so many Canadians in this live, guys. Then we've got is Everhead from the United States. Everhead, here you go, Everhead. Thank you so much for subscribing to me. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Donna is from the United States. Yeah, everybody give it up for Donna. Shout out to Donna. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing, Donna. All right, then we've got is Chiene. Chien, you're from the United States? That looks like a United States flag. All right, Chiene, here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing. Here you go. Thank you. Then my next subscriber in the chat is, all right, then we have is Carson in the chat. Here you go. Thank you so much, Carson, for subscribing. Everybody write your country name next to your name. All right, then we have is Tiki from the United Kingdom again. All right, cool, Tiki. And then we've got is BK from South Africa. All right. South Africa, cool. Then we've got Kuk from Norway. That's awesome. I've been to Norway. That is awesome. Then we've got is Bella. Here you go. Thank you so much, Bella, for subscribing. Bella's from the United States, by the way. Then we've got is Arya from Nepal. Oh my God. Finally, something different. All right, Arya, you are from Nepal. Awesome. Then we've got is Scarlett in the chat. Here you go, Scarlett. Thank you so much for subscribing. She is from the United States. Then my next subscriber is from Nigeria. He is Dawn. Here you go, Dawn. Then my next subscriber is Maria. Here you go, Maria. Thank you so much for subscribing. My next subscriber is Isabella from South Africa. Here you go, Isabella. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking. Everybody like and subscribe. Then we've got is Layla. Here you go, Layla. All right. Then we've got is Murtaza from Afghanistan. Okay, Murtaza is from Afghanistan. Cool. Then my next subscriber is Emily. Here you go, Emily. Where are you from, Emily? Here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing, Emily. Then my next subscriber is Sky. All right, Sky. How are you? Where are you watching from, Sky? Then my next subscriber is Hope. All right, Hope. You are from South Africa. Cool. A lot of Canadians, a lot of UK people and Americans and South Africans, all the people, different diverse people in my chat, which is so crazy, which is awesome. All right, then we got Alexa in the chat. Then we got is Elay in the chat. All right. Cool, man. I am so happy to see all of you here from different part of the world watching all together, which is just awesome. Then we have is Travis in the chat. Thank you so much, Travis, for subscribing. Thank you so much. Then we've got is Caden from Puerto Rico. Caden, here you go, Caden. All right, shout out to Caden and Puerto Rican. All right, then we've got is Sandria from Philippines. All right, Sandria. All right, everybody give it up for Sandria. Here you go. Then we've got is Jessica from Germany. Jessica is from Germany. Awesome. I like Germany. All right. Then we've got is Ali from Afghanistan. All right. Thank you so much, Ali. Then we've got is all right, then we've got is Maddie from Mexico. Awesome. Cool. Then we've got is my next subscriber is Annabelle. Here you go, Annabelle. All right, Annabelle, here you are. Thank you so much for subscribing. My next subscriber after Annabelle is Lucas from Philippines. Here you go, Lucas. All right, then my next subscriber is Kayla from Florida. Kayla, here you go. She is from Florida. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Melissa. Here you go, Melissa. Thank you so much for subscribing, Melissa. Thank you so much. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Moniz. What flag is that, Moniz? What flag is that? Moniz, here you go, Moniz. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then my next subscriber is all right, thank you so much. Then we have is Rosalie from Canada. Rosalie, thank you so much for subscribing. Then Rosalie, we've got is my next subscriber is Gracie. Here you go, Gracie. Thank you so much for subscribing, Gracie. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Angel. Here you go, Angel. Thank you so much, Angel, for subscribing to me. Then my next subscriber is all right. Then we got is Maso from Maso is from Papua New. All right. Okay, then my next subscriber is from Canada, which is Rosalie. Here you go. All right, Rosalie. Then my next subscriber is Isaiah. All right, Isaiah. Here you go, Isaiah. And he is from Chalmette. Is that how you pronounce it? Then my next subscriber is Abriel. How are you, Abriel? All right, here you go. Sorry, Abriel. Let me do that again. Abriel. Is it? Oh, it's Ambriel. Here you go. Ambriel. Here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing, Ambriel. Then my next subscriber in the chat is right. Then we have is Maddie. What flag is that, Maddie? Is that the United States? I can't tell. Maddie, here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then my next subscriber is Anna. All right, Anna, where are you watching from? Then we've got our next subscriber, Sebastian. Here you go, Sebastian. Thank you so much for subscribing. Here you go, Sebastian. Then my next subscriber in the chat is from Portugal, Maverick. All right, Maverick. Here you go. He is from Portugal. Maverick, here you go. Subscriber, where are you guys from? Write your country name next to your name. As Mike is from Canada. All right, another Canadian in the chat. All right, then my next subscriber is Huddy. Here you go, Huddy. Thank you so much for subscribing, Huddy. Here you go. Then my next subscriber in the chat is, oh my goodness. All right, Deku from the United States. Deku, here you go. All right, thank you so much. Then my next subscriber is Easton from Mexico. Here you go, Easton. Thank you so much for subscribing, Easton. Then my next subscriber is Mason. All right, Mason. All right, here you go. Where are you from? Then we've got our next subscriber is from Chris. Okay, Chris, here you go. Chris, thank you so much for subscribing. Everybody like and subscribe. Then my next subscriber is Kingston. Guys, write your name next to your name so I know where you guys are watching from. Then we've got is, thank you so much, Clarissa. Here you go, Clarissa. Here you are. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then after Clarissa, we have is David from New York. David from New York, a New Yorker. All right, cool. Then we've got our next subscriber is from Araya is from Texas. Araya, here you go. Araya, thank you so much for subscribing. Shout out to Araya. She is from Texas. Then we've got is Miles in the chat. Thank you so much, Miles, for subscribing to me. Thank you. Then we've got is Finley. Finley is from England. Everybody shout out to Finley. He is from England. All right. Then we've got is Lincoln in the chat. He's from Canada. Here you go, Lincoln. Here you go. Then we've got is Awais is from Pakistan. Here you go, Awais. All right, cool. Then our next subscriber is all right, New Zealand. From New Zealand, Elena. All right, everybody give it up for Elena. She is from New Zealand. All right. Everybody give it up for Elena. Then our next subscriber in the chat is Zion. He is from, all right, Filipino people. All right. And we've got is Sophia in the chat. Thank you so much for subscribing, Sophia. Here you are. Thank you so much. And my next subscriber in the chat is Emily. Here you go, Emily. Thank you so much for subscribing to me, Emily. And then where are you watching from? Which country? Guys, write your country next to your name so I know where you're watching from. Then we have is from Philippines. All right, John is from Philippines. Then we got is, all right. Then we have is Darren from Tennessee. All right, Darren, here you go. Cool. Then we've got our next subscriber is Penny, is from New Jersey. Penny, here you go. Welcome to my live. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then we've got is Juju from Germany. Here you go, Juju. Everybody drop your names in the chat. Let's go. Then yeah. All right, Amelia, here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing. Everybody drop your names and next to your name, write your country. All right, then we've got is Juan. What flag is that? I'm sorry, Juan. Which flag is that? Is that Mexico? Then we've got, all right, then we've got is Ben from United States. Go, Ben. All right. Then we've got is Ansley from the United States. Here you go, Ansley. I think that's a United States flag, right? That's red, blue, and all right. Then we've got is Blake in the chat. Thank you so much, Blake, for subscribing to me. Thank you. Then we've got is Logan in the chat. Thank you so much, Logan. He is from the United States. All right. Then my next subscriber is Johnny. Here you go, Johnny. Thank you so much for subscribing to me. And then my next subscriber is Evelyn. Everybody, all right, Evelyn. Everybody give it up for Evelyn. She liked and subscribed. Thank you so much, Evelyn, for liking and subscribing. Then my next subscriber is Joseph. Everybody give it up for Joseph. Shout out to Joseph. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. Then my next subscriber is Mariam. Thank you so much for subscribing, Mariam. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Arya, and she's from Nepal. All right, Arya. That is so cool. You're from Nepal. I've never been there, but I want to visit there. Then my next subscriber is... All right, Donnie Yor, where are you watching from, Donnie Yor? Which country are you from? I want to know. Tell me which country, Donnie Yor. And thank you for subscribing, Donnie Yor. And then we have is Pax is from the United States. All right, Pax. All right, then we've got Naomi in the chat. All right, Naomi, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much, Naomi. Then my next subscriber is... Nakeem is from Jamaica. Here you go, Nakeem. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then one last name, guys. Just one last name. All right, we've got is Justin. All right, Justin, you filled the whole paragraph. All right, you were in the whole paragraph. Here you go, Justin. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you very much. Okay, guys, you know what? I'm going to keep on going. All right, guys. How about Jalen? All right, my next subscriber is Jalen in the chat. Thank you so much for subscribing, Jalen. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Sam Lam. All right, he is from UK. Sam Lam, everybody give it up for Sam Lam. He is from the United Kingdom. All right. Okay, shout out to you, Sam Lam. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. Then is Rima. What flag is that, Rima? What flag is that? I'm sorry, I can't tell. Then we've got is my next subscriber is... We've got Donnie Yor. I'm sorry, I'm really bad with flags. You have to write your country name if you can. Donnie Yor, here you go. I don't know what flag that is. Then we've got is... And my next subscriber in the chat is... Brill is from the Philippines. All right, shout out to my Filipino people. All right, then we've got is James in the chat. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you. Then we've got is okay, UK. Yeah, I know that flag. Then we've got is Sawyer. He's from the United States. All right, Sawyer. Thank you so much for subscribing to me and liking. Thank you so much. Then my subscriber is in the chat is, let me check. It is William. Thank you so much, William, from liking and subscribing. Thank you so much for that. We've got is... Then we've got from Uzbekistan, Don. Oh, okay, you are from Uzbekistan, Donier. Thank you for letting me know. Then we have is in the chat. Where are you from, Isabella? Thank you so much for subscribing. Here you go. Thank you so much. All right, then my next subscriber in the chat is Bobby. Bobby, where are you watching from, Bobby? Thank you so much for subscribing, Bobby. Then my next subscriber in the chat is... Blast is from Philippines. All right, my Philippine followers, the Philippine people. All right, thank you so much for subscribing. Then we've got is Jordan. Thank you so much. Jordan is from United States. Here you go, Jordan. Thank you so much for subscribing. The next subscriber is Shoria. All right, Shoria, here you go. Shoria, thank you so much for subscribing, Shoria. Then my next subscriber in the chat is, and he is from what I got to write name of the country. I can't read flags. Then is we got. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much. Is Daniel, thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then we've got is Shimei. Thank you so much for subscribing, Shimei. Here you go. Thank you so much. Then we've got is everybody write your country names next to your name. All right. Then we have is Divine. Here you go. If I pronounced that right, I'm sorry if I got it wrong. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then my next subscriber is Evie from Philippines. All right, Evie is from Philippines. Then my next subscriber is Lakash. Here you go, Lakash. Where are you from? Then my next subscriber is, all right, Avi in the chat. Thank you so much for subscribing, Avi. Then my next subscriber is, all right, Bella. All right, Bella. Everybody give it up for Bella. Where are you from, Bella? Where are you watching from? Then we have is Sierra. Here you go, Sierra. Thank you so much for subscribing, Sierra. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Tate, here you go. Tate, where are you watching from, Tate? Which country? Guys, write your country name next to your name. Then we have Truce in the chat. All right, Truce, here you go. I think he is from New Zealand. Then we've got is Kaya in the chat. Here you go, Kaya. Thank you so much for subscribing, Kaya. Then we've got is Andre. All right, Andre. Everybody give it up for Andre. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking, Andre. Then my next subscriber is not up for subscribing. And my next subscriber in the chat is Lizzie. Lizzie, where are you from? Which flag is that? Then my next subscriber in the chat is Aliyah. Here you go, Aliyah. Thank you so much for subscribing, Aliyah. All right, then my next subscriber in the chat is Ozzy, is from the United States. All right, everybody give it up for Ozzy. Shout out to Ozzy. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Thank you so much. Then we have Max in the chat. Thank you so much, Max, for subscribing to me. Then we have is whoops. Then we've got is Francine in the chat. Where are you watching from, Francine? Where are you watching from? Thank you so much for subscribing. Then my next subscriber is Dylan from the United States. Here you go, Dylan. Thank you so much for subscribing, Dylan. Here you are. Then my next all right, my next subscriber is Kennedy, who is from the United States. Here you go, Kennedy. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you, man. Love you, bro. Then we got is. All right, Lizzie. She is from Puerto Rico. Lizzie, here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then we've got our next subscriber is Caleb is from Uj. Here you go, Caleb. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then we got have is Caleb in the chat. Calvin, sorry. Thank you so much for subscribing, Calvin. Then we've got is Zoe in the chat from United States. All right, then we've got our next subscriber is Arya from Nepal. Here you go, Arya. Thank you so much for subscribing to me. And my next subscriber is Ehim. All right, Ehim, thank you so much for subscribing, Ehim. Then we've got my next subscriber is Jackson from Canada. All right, Canadian people here. Then we've got is Elena in the chat. All right, Elena, thank you so much for subscribing. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Thomas. Thank you so much, Thomas, for subscribing to me. Then we've got is Quinn from the United States. All right, Quinn, thank you so much for subscribing. So many Americans watching in the live. Then we've got is Zayla in the chat. So much for subscribing, Zayla. Then we've got is Chris in the chat, who is from the United States. So much, Chris, for subscribing to me. Then my next subscriber is Karen. All right, Karen, thank you for subscribing, Karen. Then my next subscriber is Joaquin. All right, Joaquin, here you go. Joaquin, here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then my next subscriber is Luke from the United States. Thank you, Luke. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then we've got is Junior from the United States again. All right. Then my next subscriber is Carlos. Where are you from, Carlos? Which country are you from, Carlos? And thank you, by the way, for subscribing to me. Then we have Zach in the chat who subscribed. Thank you so much, Zach. Zach, for subscribing. Then we've got is Just Millie. Thank you so much for subscribing to me. Thank you so much. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Haley. Thank you so much, Haley, for subscribing to me. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Adrija. Here you go, Adrija. Thank you so much for subscribing to me, Adrija. Shout out to Adrija for liking and subscribing. Then we've got is Nada. And then after, thank you so much, Nada, for subscribing. Then we got is Riley in the chat. Thank you so much, Riley, for subscribing to me. Then after Riley, we've got is Charlotte is from USA. Charlotte, here you go. Thank you so much, Charlotte, for subscribing to me. Then we've got is Finlay. All right, Finlay, I believe you. Here you go. All right, thank you so much for subscribing, Finlay. And then my next subscriber is Ryan. Where are you from, Ryan? I bet you are from Canada, Ryan. I bet you are from Canada. Tell me in the chat. Then we've got is, all right, What is your name? Then we've got is Heath. All right, Heath, where are you from, Heath? Thank you so much for subscribing. Then we've got is Alessandra. Alessandra, thank you so much for subscribing. Where are you watching from, Alessandra? Which country? I want to know where my followers are watching from. I want to know where my subscribers are from. Then we got is Christopher. Where are you watching from, Christopher? Let me guess. You are from the UK. I'm just guessing. Am I correct? Let me know in the chat. And then we've got is... All right. Okay. You're from Canada, Mr. Egglet. Okay. Then we've got is... Kaya in the chat. Here you go, Kaya. Thank you so much for subscribing to me. Thank you so much. I love every one of you. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking. Thank you all. I really appreciate it. Then we got Jordan in the chat. Thank you so much for subscribing to me, Jordan. Much love and thank you so much. Then we've got is Christopher. Which country is that? Which country? So I got it wrong. Then we got is Adriana from Italy. Here you go, Adriana. Here you go, Adriana. Thank you so much for subscribing to me. Here you go. Then my next subscriber in the chat is Naomi. Where are you watching from, Naomi? Why didn't you tell me your country name? You should have written your country name next to your name. Then we've got is Maddie in the chat. She is watching from the United States. Shout out to Maddie. All right, Maddie, shout out to you. Thank you so much for watching and liking and subscribing. Then we got Avery in the chat who subscribed. Thank you so much, Avery. He is from the United States. Then we've got is Christopher. Okay, you're from Cuba. I get it. All right. Then we've got is Alyssa from the United States. Alyssa, thank you so much for subscribing to me. Thank you. Then we've got is Laura in the chat. Thank you so much, Laura, for subscribing to me. Much love to all my subscribers. Then we've got Alec in the chat who has subscribed to me. He's from the United States. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. Then we got Hugh in the chat. Everybody give it up for Hugh. He's from Canada and he liked and subscribed. Thank you so much, Hugh. Then we've got Robert. He's from Alabama. All right, Robert. Everybody give it up for Robert. He's from Alabama and he liked and subscribed. Thank you so much, Robert. Much love to you, bro. Then we've got is Joshua from Brazil. Joshua, my Brazilian people here. All right, thank you so much for subscribing. And then we've got is Graydon. Graydon is from Canada. Graydon, how is it in Canada right now? Is it cold? Is it warm? How is it? Then we've got is all right, then we've got is Sophia in the chat. Thank you so much for subscribing, Sophia. Then we've got is Zach. What country flag is that, Zach? Which country flag is that? Let me know in the chat. Then we have is Jordan. He is from the United States of America. All right. Then we've got is Daniela from Argentina. All right. Whoops. I'm writing Argentina. Here you go, Daniela. Here you go. All right. Okay. Then we've got is, sorry about that. Then we've got is Dimitri. Where are you watching from, Dimitri? Tell me, Dimitri, where are you watching from? Thank you so much for subscribing to me, Dimitri. Then we've got is Xander in the chat. Here you go, Xander. Thank you so much for subscribing to me, Xander. All right, then my Scottish people are in here. All right, then we've got Skylar in the chat. Skylar, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you. Then we've got is Dylan from the United States. Everybody give it up for Dylan. He is from the US and he liked and subscribed. Sorry, Dylan, I keep putting I there. I don't know why. Then we've got is Mia. All right, Mia, here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then we've got is Victoria and she is from the UK. I think that's a UK flag. All right, Victoria, here you go, Victoria. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then we've got is Taylor in the chat. Thank you so much, Taylor, for subscribing to me. Then we've got, who else do we have? Then we have is Daniel is from Daniel is from Canada. All right, Daniel, how are you? Then we've got is Khaled in the chat. All right, here you go, Khaled. Where are you watching from? Then we've got is, all right, then we've got is, All right. Okay. Morgan is from the United States. Morgan, shout out to Morgan. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. Morgan, thank you so much. Then we've got Itzel. Where are you watching from, Itzel? Why didn't you mention your country name? Come on, man. I told people to write their country name next to their name so I would know where they are watching from. Then we have Musna from Sudan. Musna, here you go. All right, Musna, shout out to you. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. Then we have Keandre. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking, Keandre. Thank you so much. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Let's go, everybody. Then we've got Amber in the chat. Thank you so much for subscribing, Amber. Here you go. Thank you so much for subscribing. Then we've got Gerald in the chat. All right, guys, that is it. I am ending this live now. Thank you all so much, so much for subscribing and liking and being here and being so supportive and being so kind. Thank you all so much. Love you, every single one of you who have subscribed and liked. Guys, please share my live with your friends. And guys, I will be live again later. Thank you all so much. And I hope to see you all then. Okay, bye.